Hey guys, it's JP, and today I've got a game analysis video for you. So, I'm still grinding my damnedest to break the 1600 barrier, but these last 50 points are proving very, very challenging. So, I am fluctuating. I definitely have, I would even say, like less than a 50% win rate, above 1550. As you can see, I dropped down to about 1530, and I just got 6 points from this game. So lots of back and forth, but as soon as I square it up, I'll be able to knock out those last 50 points. It's just a matter of time. So anyway, I played the London here against Black. Typical London setup here, and this was just a really nice attacking game. So I started off by getting my pawn barrier, some people call it the pyramid, and this variation, Black has a knight on c6, which I don't think is great. It just sets up a lot of weaknesses for Black, I feel like. That's just my personal opinion. It's also really easy for White to play against this. And so with this move here, this key move, e6, White's bishop is now blocked from getting back to the defense of this pawn. So that's going to be my target weakness. I slide over there with the queen. I'm just going to turn off the engine moves for right now. It's just distracting. So all of these moves are pretty much with tempo. I'm attacking this. He has to move it forward. So now I develop a piece and pin his knight to the king. He has to do something about it, because not only can I take this knight, but it would check the king while simultaneously attacking the rook. So I would win a piece and an exchange after he recaptures with the queen. So he blocks with the queen, and now I add on to the pressure. When you have a pin piece, you want to keep adding pressure onto that pin. You don't want to release the pin. So now, since I have two attackers and he has one defenders, he needs to reinforce this even more. And notice he can't. There's not a lot he could do. It's just, this is the bind he sort of put himself in by putting his knight here, blocking this pawn, and it's. I feel like it's a little bit awkward. So he reinforces this again. He brings another defender. He develops his knight, and my plan is to bring my knight in here. And he had an out here. He could have. If I was him, I would have played this move, preventing my knight from coming, but I guess he didn't see it. This way he has 1-2 defenders for my 1-2 attackers. If I get a third attacker in and he has no other way to defend that knight, I'm just going to win it. He castled queenside, which was pretty much the worst thing he could have done. I mean, this may not have been the best move, but it was definitely better than queenside castling. And he single-handedly lost the game by castling queenside here, and I'll show you how. So I get my third attacker in, and this is the basis of trades, counting attackers and defenders. I have more attackers than he has defenders. I can make this capture. I can win material. Not only that, even though he's castled, yes, he's out of the absolute pin of having his knight pinned to his king, but he's in this relative pin, meaning his knight is tied to his queen. An absolute pin involves the king because it's against the rules to break that pin. A relative pin is when you have a lower valued piece tethered to a higher valued piece. So while it is a legal move to break that pin, you are going to lose an exchange by breaking that pin. So he doesn't want to lose his queen. But he has nothing else he could really do. I mean, his queen has nowhere to go. He just played queen back, which, again, probably wasn't the most accurate move because it didn't do anything. but now I'm going to cash in on all this pressure I have on this knight. Captures. I debated whether to capture with the knight or bishop first. They're both good. I wonder what the engine says. Actually, the engine says it's much better to capture with the knight, so I actually made the right decision. Knight takes, threatening this. So he recaptures. Not just threatening. Actually, what I'm really threatening is to capture this pawn with check on the king, and that reveal check would reveal 2 attackers onto his queen. So not only could I win his queen with my bishop, but if he recaptures with his rook, I'd be able to recapture that rook with my queen. I would win a queen and a rook for the price of a bishop. So that's a pretty big threat. Up. So I take. And he doesn't want to lose his queen right now, so he moves his queen out of the way. And that's it. The game is lost. I actually have forced checkmate in 2. So I swing my queen in. King has nowhere to go. He cannot move to any of these squares. He's blocked in by this piece. Even if he was to move his rook out of the way, he would still be in check. So there's no good move he could play. He actually resigned here, but I'll show you. Even the engine says like his best move is to move this pawn. I don't know why. That's just a strange. I mean, no move does anything. He just loses. So he does this. And this is checkmate. So that was a really nice game. We're still on the climb. What you guys should take away from this is the concept of counting attackers and defenders. As you could see, I was able to stack 3 attackers on that pinned knight. He only had 2 defenders, so by me cashing in, I was able to not only win material. Yes, I was able to win the game, but you don't have to win the game off of a pin. If you just manage to stack more attackers than defenders, then you'll win material, which will give you the advantage to then win the game. Okay? Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video.